It is a perfect night for getting into trouble. The summer heat has only just yesterday begun to turn to autumn's comfortable chill. Harvest is on the horizon. But tonight, the corn stalks are high and a full moon glows off of the fields. Only a few dark clouds break up that moonlight intermittently. And as far as anyone could tell, all seems quiet in the town of Drucaster. Drucaster sits in the province of Quinth, perhaps the most overlooked and underappreciated province in the kingdom. Drucaster provides a bit of a halfway point between the coastal trading port of Floros and the King's River, which brings travelers straight to the capital city of Excessa. It is most notably known for its farming lands, which provide the nearby area with a generous corn crop every year. And while Drucaster has never grown greatly in wealth or prominence, this crop is important to the kingdom. Roughly a year ago, the town was subjected to a goblin raid, which razed the town and left many men and women dead. A battalion of soldiers was sent up from the capital city, but they have since gone and left the town to its own devices. Recently, trouble has returned to the town of Drucaster in the form of the mysterious disappearance of sheep, pigs, and even a cow. Some, mainly Old Man Nillen, have come into town claiming to have seen a pair of red eyes in the dark. Whatever this creature is, it has the farmers spooked, and it doesn't show any signs of stopping. And as is often the case in a time of crisis, a hero must rise. In this case, 5 heroes, 5 children, with all the courage they can muster, and some stolen items from their parents to help, have made a pledge to stop the disappearances and bring this creature to justice. They have called themselves the Half Pints. Tonight, at the edge of one of the cornfields, sitting on a log next to the cart path, scribbling by the moonlight in a leather-bound journal, we find a small halfling boy, waiting. Mike, can you describe your character for us, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So ROSHAN Malor is a rather short halfling boy. He's sitting very comfortably, just kind of doodling in the corner of his journal. On top of his head is kind of his wide-brimmed straw hat that he always wears with him and takes everywhere. Along with that, peeking out from underneath is this like kind of scraggly, like dirty blonde hair. You notice in like kind of the light he smiles and one of his front teeth are missing. And right now he's wearing a pair of freshly cleaned overalls because he cleans them every couple nights to make sure they're good. But they're kind of ready from like working on the farm with his parents.
So, ROSHAN, as you are sitting there scribbling in your journal, what is the most recent entry that you've put down?
Today, we all voted on a group name. I voted for Goose Gang. Didn't win. Half Pints is cool too, I guess. Maybe we can be heroes.
Maybe you can. As you're sitting there writing in your journal, you look up the path and coming silhouetted in the moonlight, a young but strong, broad-shouldered figure with a swagger to their step. Sheryl, would you like to describe your character as they approach?
So you see Milo coming down the path. He's, a bit taller, stronger, heftier built halfling with brown skin, brown eyes, and kind of medium-length black hair. He's got a headband and some hand wraps on. And he's sort of, like, walking forward, but looking everywhere else. He's highly distractible.
Hi, Milo.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing all right. Tired.
You're not excited?
I'm usually asleep by now.
I mean, me too, but this is exciting.
Okay.
As the two of you have this conversation, you hear faint sound of music and look down the path the other direction as two more figures approach. One a little bit shorter than the other, and the taller one carrying an instrument. Dan and Jordan, would you like to describe your characters as they approach?
My character, Eula, she is a 11-year-old halfling. She's got wavy blonde hair, like a really pointed red nose, and her clothes look just a tiny bit more affluent than a usual halfling's clothes, and she's carrying a lyre with her.
And Trix is definitely considerably shorter than basically everyone, because she is a gnome. And she's got just like this little rough cut bob, this very serious looking expression. But like, even though she's like super serious and trying to pretend she's not enjoying herself, she very obviously is enjoying Eula's music.
And I'm just strumming along the entire way.
All right, so as you two approach, you find Milo and Roshan already waiting for you at the agreed upon spot from earlier today.
What is it? What's the plan today?
Well, first we need everybody to be here. And then we're gonna go be heroes.
You all wait for a while, and you start to get a little bit worried that the fifth member of the Half Pints might not be coming. But before too long, you hear kind of rustling in the corn near you. And you look and you see some movement, intermittent, kind of like little and then a pause, and then another pause. And all of a sudden, bursting out from the cornfield near you is Kirk's character.
My character, Corzin, is average height for his age, since everyone seems to be shorter. I'm going to put him in the middle. Very not well dressed, dirty clothing, maybe like hand-me-downs, or just clothing he's kind of picked up from around town. He's got a little cap on and some glasses. Maybe his vision's not all that great. What's up, everyone? You guys waiting around for a long time for me? I was trying to be like sneaky, but apparently it didn't work all that well.
Hey, that was really good. We almost barely heard you.
Oh, well.
It would have been better if you had done it like maybe earlier. We've been kind of waiting for a while.
Right, so you're probably expecting me to,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense. I get it.
It's a solid 7 though, out of 10.
I'll take a 7. Was that boring? I'm sorry, Rashawn. I'll try to be scarier next time.
No, I'm sorry. I was usually asleep a few hours
Oh no, this
ago.
is game time for me. This is prime course an hour.
So all of you had a meeting earlier in the day where you had decided your plan. The most recent disappearance of a sheep was from Roshan's farm, his father's farm. And so that's why you have gathered here right on the outskirts of their cornfields to start to poke around and see what could be the creature that is causing cattle to go missing in the night. You are armed with a couple interesting items that you've picked up through various means. Would you like to describe those?
So I have the goggles of night, and I also have a slingshot that I lifted from a local shop in town.
And I swiped this healing potion from my parents. I feel bad about taking it, but, just in case.
So armed with these two items and whatever other makeshift weaponry you have been able to scavenge together, you all have made your way here to Roshan's farm to begin your hunt for this creature. So, Half Pints, how would you like to go about this?
I'll start playing a quiet melody.
In order to lure the creature out?
Yeah, maybe something, alluring.
I was going to say, there's a difference between luring and alluring, you do realize.
Aren't they similar?
It depends.
I'm playing a luring song. Okay. A luring song.
Thank you. I needed the clarification for the right DC.
On this particular night, I guess we've all kind of snuck out from home. So because we're near Roshan's farm, he is looking really nervous when that music starts playing, and he's like kind of looking over his shoulder back at the farm.
Eula, I don't know if that's like the best idea right now for trying to be sneaky. So, but you'll have your moment to shine, I promise.
No one said we were going to be sneaky. We were just going to look for these, whatever's taking these farm animals.
Well, Roshan's looking a little nervous, so maybe, to put him at ease, we'll just,
I shouldn't be out.
But it's okay. You're fine, Roshan. Don't
It'll be okay,
sweat it.
Roshan.
Yeah, everything will be fine. Look, music soothes the savage beast is what I have heard for at least probably a year. It's definitely a year I've been hearing that phrase. So, like, I'm pretty sure you're on top of this, Eula. You got the right idea.
Thank you. So she continues playing a little louder.
Okay, but where are the sheep? Are we supposed to be looking at sheep?
I don't know any sheep songs.
Isn't there Baba Black Sheep? That's a song, right?
Is that canon?
Sure as heck is now, yep.
I start playing that.
Perfect.
Normally my dad herds them back into the barn at like sundown so they can stay inside. Like, wolves and stuff. If we were to say, so like when you say we're on the farm, I guess we're on the very
border.
border.
You're like not like near the farmhouse or anything quite like that. You're on your property. But because of the precautions that you specifically would have been wanting to take, Roshan, you are a ways away at the edge of the cornfield.
So one day when I was out with the sheep, I was just kind of sitting under a tree. I fell asleep. But when I woke up, the sheep seemed really spooked, and one of them was missing for a while. And I saw he's like thinking about it. I think I saw something in the bushes like over there. And he just kind of motions in like a vague direction because he doesn't quite remember, but he's trying to be helpful.
I go to the bushes over there.
Okay. Roll an investigation check in the bushes over there.
Okay. Oh, good. That's not a thing this boy does. Investigation. Oh, it's an 11.
11. Okay. So you look in the bushes over there. There are a couple bushes. They're not even really clumped that much, and you don't find anything of note. You get a look, and there's a scattered tree every once in a while, and a bush or two, but not enough to like hide a creature or whatnot. Roshan, you after thinking about it for a minute, you're like, I may have actually been in the cornfield that I saw those eyes.
There's just plants over here. There's no sheep.
Okay, wait. What if we made a sheep decoy? Like, constructed one? Is this a thing we can do?
I'm kind of cool with that idea. You guys want to build a fake sheep?
That could work.
This is exactly in my wheelhouse, is why I recommend it.
Let's do it.
You do like your crafts.
I'm scared of making a sheep intimidate. I messed up my own pun. A sheep imitation.
Hey.
If we want, there's lots of hay by the barn, like closer to the house, but we'd have to be quiet.
I'm very quiet. Yeah, I'll try to sneak along the side of the barn, see if I can get in and snatch up some hay.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check for me, Corzin.
Oh, a 9.
A 9. Okay. You're sneaking along. Feeling good. Oh, you're giving yourself a little theme music there without even realizing. And like all of a sudden you hear one of the dogs that's on property kind of like, you hear like a whining noise, like you start hearing little footsteps and sniffing. You're at the barn now, and it's like you hear it starting to come around the corner.
Yeah, I think Corzin's natural instinct is to just start hightailing it back towards the group, because that's probably where I feel the safest.
Turn and run?
Yeah, I'm just going to book it.
Okay, so you turn and book it the other direction. In doing so, you make a little bit of noise, and all of a sudden you hear "Roo, roo, roo," behind you, and you turn and look as this massive, to you, massive hound is now big ears flopping in the night, chasing you down.
Roshan, is this your dog? He's chasing me.
Roshan is so mortified you can hear his heart hit the floor. Oh no. Oh
Roshan, throw him a
man.
bone.
I'm gonna run up and try
Okay.
and calm the dog down and get him to,
Yeah,
because he knows
yeah.
me. Hey, shh, it's fine, it's fine. Shh, it's
Roll
okay.
an animal handling check with advantage, because this is a dog that you know. In fact, what is its name?
Hey, Lucky.
Okay, so roll animal handling with advantage for Lucky.
Oh no, the curse! I rolled a 2 on the first dice, and and a 6 on the second one.
Oh no, 6 total.
Yeah, 7.
Okay,
7 total.
7. Oh, okay, big difference. Yeah. So Lucky kind of like pushes straight past you.
He's too excited.
Yep, too excited. Now, the good news for you, Corzin, is that Lucky is not after you in an aggressive manner, in it so much as it's going to be aggressive with his loving. So he tackles you and immediately is like all over you and like giving you kisses and kind of playing, but make a little noise
good
while he's doing
boy.
it.
Yeah, I am still somewhat frightened that there's a giant dog on me, considering the size difference, but I am thoroughly enjoying the puppy love.
It doesn't take much work to extract Lucky from Corzin to calm him back down, but some noise has already been made, and you get the idea that sneaking back towards the barn, a little higher risk at this point.
I just had an idea.
What is it?
If we look around more, maybe we can find something that Lucky can sniff and follow.
I like that idea.
A clue.
So where do you guys want to look at the cornfield, or like somewhere behind the barn? Maybe we probably shouldn't go back in the front side. I goofed that one up.
I think if we spread out and maybe like look around in the corn, we might find something.
Okay, just make sure you hold hands so you don't get lost. It's tall out there.
Roshan just wanders into the corn.
By himself?
My
Yeah.
Rashawn.
Okay.
It's his farm.
nice
He
knowing
knows.
you,
He
Mike.
knows
This
where
is
he
true.
is.
This is
You
true.
just
You are
suggested
familiar.
the children go in the corn, so I feel like it can only go downhill from here.
Are the rest of you following?
I am.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 5 of you make your way into the cornfield. Is anyone bringing Lucky with?
I assume Lucky usually follows because when I'm like with the sheep and kind of tending to the farm, he just follows me around.
I like the argument. Yep, we'll say that Lucky kind of follows you and heads into the cornfield. So you now have a dog with you. So you might want to look up those stats. All right, so you all begin to walk out into the cornfields, and it is a fairly bright night with the moon full and high up in the sky, only a few clouds covering it every once in a while. But even with all that light, here in the cornfield, it is starting to get pretty dark. You are very small halflings and a gnome, and this is very tall corn. Those of you without dark vision or goggles of night would, I believe, be everyone except Corzin and Trix. So please keep in mind that your perception checks going through the cornfield at this point will be at disadvantage. I would like everyone to roll a perception check as you look around in the cornfields.
It's a disadvantage.
Disadvantage for Milo, Roshan, and Eula.
A hearty 13.
Okay.
I also have a 13.
A hearty 4.
2.
A 4 and a 2.
I got a 14.
Okay. Eula and Roshan, you both get little blades of corn in your eye, and it hurts. It's like, I can't really see anything. Corzin, Milo, and Trix. You're looking around, and you see a couple different things as you're kind of surveying the cornfield. And actually, at one point, one of you uses your shoulders for Trix to jump up onto real quick and get a little bit better vantage point over top of some of the corn. The cornfield itself is pretty large. There are a couple things of note. There is a small clearing in the middle of one of the cornfields that you could head towards, and it's kind of used as almost like a central part for the cornfield for, you know, when people are working and coming through. Like you'll have a little like table set up there or something with water. Nothing there at the moment, but kind of a cleared out area. There are also 3 or 4 different scarecrows that are scattered around the cornfields to help scare off birds and keep things clean. Interestingly enough, that doesn't seem to be stopping the fairly large number of crows that are all kind of perched on top of different stalks of corn. Trix, you specifically see as you are being kind of carried at one point for just a few moments. Are the crows looking at you? It's hard to tell, but the eyes seem to track a couple times. It's a little unsettling.
Okay, I think she'd pass that on. Just like, I think those crows are looking at me. Basically 100% sure some crows are looking at me. It could be that you're carrying me on your shoulders and this is a little bit weird in the middle of the night, but also it could be that they're mystical in some way.
Are we spread out, like, far enough that we can hear each other?
Whoever's carrying me can. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, I'll look up at you from underneath. It's like,
Yeah, those birds are weird. You think they're looking at us?
I'm getting that impression, yes.
Hey, guys, there's birds out here at night, and they're looking at us. That's weird.
I mean, I've had birds look at me before. Are you moving through their space? They're pretty rad birds. Just had to throw that out there. Like night birds, sneaky, quiet.
It's really dark out. Are you sure they can even see us? You think they might just be, like, staring at whatever direction?
Okay, I'm going with my heart here, you guys. And my heart says those birds are looking at me.
Let's beat them up.
No, that's not also what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, sorry. Jumping the gun.
Tricks, do they... you can see better than I can from up there. Do they look like they're in, like, a pattern, or are they just kind of randomly sitting and looking at us?
Are they in a pattern?
Make a, I'll say, intelligence check.
Okay.
Just straight intelligence.
Oh, boy. Oh, ooh. Okay, wait. Do I add anything to that? No.
Whatever your intelligence modifier is. No.
Nothing.
Okay.
15, though.
15. Okay, yeah. You think about it for a minute. You kind of pop back up, get another quick look, and kind of survey real quickly. No discernible pattern as far as like a shape or geometric or anything like that. You do notice that they're kind of sorta all clumped off to one section to the right of where you're standing. Like they're still scattered, but if you could say that they were kind of more centrally clumped, it's over to the right of you.
Okay. I will point that out then.
You said they're all clumped up, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Do I notice any, like, smell in the air? Because I know, like, if there's something like that, it would hit you pretty quick if you got close.
Yep, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
Not a disadvantage because this is not sight-based.
Hey, I broke the curse. 15.
15, okay. Smell the air. Nothing stands out, no.
While we're all so ROSHAN, he doesn't quite think before he talks sometimes. And he's gonna go. You know, one time I went to help my dad get, a cow that had kind of passed, and there were a bunch of crows gathered around it.
If you guys want, I can try to... I'm not good at it, apparently, but I can try to sneak up and see if there's anything over there. Your silence just tells me exactly what... Yeah, no? Okay.
We don't want to do it.
Okay, yeah, I'll just stay here, it's fine.
Let's see, who's heading over in that direction?
I am.
You are.
I guess
okay.
then I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and Trix as well.
Oh, are you still on my shoulders?
I guess so. I can be.
Sure. Are you going stealthily?
Sure.
Okay, roll a stealth check with disadvantage because you have a gnome on your shoulders.
That's a 17.
Oh, 17. So, the two of you working in sync, bobbing and weaving as you move, and like sometimes you go to hit a cornstalk, and Trix, you lean the other way and create almost this like fluid snake-like figure that goes through the cornstalks.
Float like a butterfly.
We are of one mind and body.
You make your way that direction. As you pass different crows that are on the top of these cornstalks, normally a bird would, kind of spook and fly off. These just stay. They don't go anywhere. But you make your way deeper and deeper into the center of this gathering of crows. A murder, in fact, of crows. And you get there kind of to the middle area and take a look around. Go ahead and roll either, and you can both roll this, either perception, disadvantage for you, Milo, or investigation if you're getting out and poking around.
That's a natural one.
Okay.
Put that one away.
You are a halfling.
Oh,
You-
right.
you
Thank
can
for
re-roll
reminding
once.
me. That's a 10.
Okay, 10. And that was on perception? Okay. And tricks?
I got a 19 perception.
Milo, you're not really, seeing anything. You kind of get a little too caught up in just how good that felt to kind of like move through the grass in the corn so fluidly. Tricks, you are looking around and all of a sudden your foot bumps against something. You look down and give yourself quite a start. Not enough to make you actually scream out, but you're looking into the twisted, half-buried face of a goblin.
I don't know how to handle this emotionally. Yeah, I guess she's going to like slowly step back and then just be like, "Hey, Milo, don't go that way. Like where I just was.
Why not?
There's a great clue, but also there's like, I think there's a dead body.
What?
Yeah.
Really? That's so cool.
Okay, 2 different kinds of people, I guess. It's fine. He's there, though, so there's definitely something there.
I'm gonna do the like little kid thing, like peek around her and see if I can see it.
Yep. So you peek around and look, and now being close enough and having her pointed out, you do in fact see the half-buried, somewhat rotten away face of a dead goblin. The skeleton is partially exposed, just like almost like petrified little bits of flesh still on it. You look, and it seems as if like the body is half covered in different areas. There's like, you look and there's a little bit of a hand that's sticking up at one point and a foot sticking out, a little bit of the torso, but it's like covered up whether naturally or otherwise with dirt.
You say whether naturally or otherwise. Can I tell if the dirt covering it was recent or, if it's been there for a while?
I would say roll a nature check.
That's my thing.
Shameless.
Hey, you know what? That is a 17.
17. Okay. You're looking and it's the body is pretty decomposed. It doesn't look as if it was intentionally buried, and in fact, you see a corn stalk that's actually like growing up through like where maybe the hip or a leg would be. Looks like it may have been here for a while and just kind of naturally kind of made itself part of the landscape.
That's metal.
It's all organic, baby. Terribly, horribly organic, but nonetheless.
Do you announce this to anyone?
Yeah,
Or are you
where
just
are
kinda-
we at? Are we within
Yeah, how
like?
far away are they?
You all have
Slack-jawed
been
staring at it.
coming up. So we'll say that you were a few paces behind. You saw them take off, and there was a little bit of conversation which you couldn't make out, but you could hear that they're talking. And it's just about this time that the three of you make your way up behind them.
Guys! There's a goblin, a dead goblin in the ground. There's a cornstalk growing out of it. It's so gross.
It's pretty gross.
That's pretty gross. Where is it?
Right there. See it? It's like sticking up out of the ground.
Can I poke at it? Is there like a stick anywhere I can poke it?
Easy enough. A stick or a kind of stiff piece of the corn stalk that you can pull off. You go to poke at it a little bit. Where do you poke it?
I would probably poke it in the head, being a little kid. To be honest, yeah.
You go to poke it in the side of the head, and it almost like crumbles away. Like it's just like really not even soft, almost like dry and crusty and ashy.
This has definitely been here for a while. That's gross.
That explains why it doesn't smell.
Right.
Okay, but if it's been dead for a while, why is there a bunch of birds around it now?
You look up, all those birds are still there. Some of them seem to have their heads craned down, kind of looking at you.
I'm just gonna Rashawn is just gonna get a chill on the back of his neck. And I want to say this is almost subconscious. He doesn't realize he's doing it. Divine sense.
Yeah.
As an action, detect good and evil. Basically, celestial, fiend, fair, undead within 60 feet.
You do not perceive any celestial, fey, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you.
By the way, I'm playing taps for the dead goblin.
Also canon now.
That's what I'm doing for that entire time.
Perfect. Perfect.
Can I roll a nature check? I'm gonna just was saying this because the crows in particular, because I'm used to having them like seeing them around the farm, but
Yep.
I'm wondering if they might be behaving weird, like weirder than normal.
For sure. Go ahead and roll a nature check.
17.
17. Yeah, this is freaking weird. This is weird. They, kind of look and like usually the birds scatter. They certainly don't look at you this way.
Can I try and fake a crow call at one of them?
Yeah, I'll say either animal handling or performance.
Performance, definitely, because
Yeah.
I want it to be bad.
Because when do we get to do a performance check?
Oh, the curse again. 5. I just look at it and go, ha.
And it pays you no mind. It doesn't even. It's apparently not the same dialect. It does not respond.
Man, normally they call back.
Can I go to the base of one of these stalks of corn that has a crow at the top and shake it?
You can.
Okay, I do that.
Okay. As you grab the corn stalk and shake it, the crow at the top gives flight. And then another does. And another does. And another does. And all of a sudden, there is a small tornado of crows flying above you all.
Cronado.
Crownado.
Cronado 2.
They begin cawing and shrieking. And they're not flying away, they're just circling in this area above you.
That was not what I meant to do.
And all of a sudden, one of them dive bombs and comes straight for you. I would like you all to please roll initiative.